Daytime baseball here on MLB Network. Today it's a matchup of David and Goliath between the Montgomery Biscuits and the Atlanta Braves. It's interleague baseball next on MLB Network. Julio Teheran, the Colombian native, gets the call to start this one. What do we need to know here, HR?
Matt, I like this guy. He is a really good pitcher. An ERA just a little over 3 last season. He's usually pretty tough on the opponent. He's going to keep you in the game and give that manager some opportunities late in the game to get a W. I like what this guy brings, and maybe he'll bring it today.
Here's the first pitch to him. Rob Parks comes on with one gone here as he looks at a called strike one.
Now, I'm sure these infielders know it, but this hitter can burn down the baseline. So if he puts a ground ball in play, the defense is going to have to make a perfect turn to turn two.
And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. The relay, but no. He puts on the brakes and he'll head back to first. Throw won't get him. Coming to the plate now, Matt Kemp. And he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. Runners are at first and third, one away. Line drive to left. And that is going to be a base hit that chases home our first run as the Braves take a 1-0 lead. The tag, and they got him as he couldn't get back to second. Digging in for his second at-bat, Rob Parks.
Rob Parks. Let's go, kid. One time right here.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. This is pulled into right. That gets down. He's got himself a base hit. Inciarte rounds the corner and is headed home. And the run's going to come in to score from second as they grab a 2-0 lead now.
Well, he went up there with the game plan looking for one specific pitch, and he got it. He hit it hard. When the guy hits the ball that hard, you know he was looking for it.
So it's a runner at first with two gone. And stepping forth is the left fielder, Matt Kemp. 2 out with the man at first.
Come on, big guy. Come on, buddy. He's going, he's going.
Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate.
Let it fly right here.
Here it comes on 0-2. And here's a ball hit in the air. Tejada onto the grass. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. It's a run on 2 hits, 1 left. 3 innings complete. Braves lead this one 2-0. Digging in once again, Rob Parks. He'll lead things off as we begin the home fifth.
Rob Parks.
Into the windup and the pitch. Back up the middle, and that finds its way through for a base hit. So it's an inning opening base hit, and the Braves have a man on. And he's going to get to second now with nobody out.
Yeah, he's going to have to start making some good pitches to get out of this thing. Job number 1 is to get the next guy, and ideally you keep him from advancing the runner to third with less than 2 outs.
So here's Matt Kemp now. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game.
Fielder, Matt Kemp.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. This is line to left. That's in there, base hit. And they'll get it in quickly. It's first and third now with nobody out.
Well, Matt, this inning just got interesting. It's got a chance to be pretty big. You start the inning with a double, and now you get the single, and you're sitting first and third, and here they come.
Here's Nick Markakis now, the right fielder. He's got a couple of doubles thus far, so we'll see if he can keep it up. 5 runs, 11 hits, and no errors so far for Atlanta. Swing and a miss there by Markakis, and he's down on strikes for the first out.
Well, I'll have to give credit to him on the mound for not letting that previous pitch get to him. He wanted it, but he didn't get the call. But I love how he didn't let it affect him, and he comes right back with another good pitch and gets the punch out.
Here now is the catcher, Tyler Flowers. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Tyler Flowers.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on and lifted down the left field line. Nieto moves over, and that ball will stay fair, and it's gone. A home run. A 3-run shot down the line in left as they've widened this lead to 8 now.
Wow, that's what a pitcher gets for not putting what he thought was a bad call in the rearview mirror. I think he was still fuming and didn't get the pitch where he wanted it. The result? A reason to be even more mad.
Ready for another shot now. Carlos Vila. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one.
Vila. Here we go now. Let's go.
He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Hit softly on the ground to first. Throw to the plate. And after that head scratcher, everybody's going to be set. Striding in once again, Rob Parks. He's got 3 hits, including a double to this point.
One time. Here you go.
And this is fouled back and out of play.
Pitch right up there, huh? Let's go, kid.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Now here's a ball heading for the right field corner. This has the distance, and it stays fair. Home run. A solo shot down the line in right as they've pushed this lead up to 9 now.
Well, when you're all over the place location-wise, sometimes you're just happy to get the ball anywhere near the strike zone. Problem with that is one right there in the heart of the plate, and he didn't miss it.
At the plate, Eddie Tejada. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far.
Eddie Tejada.
The 1-2 pitch. This is popped up. And this is taken in for out number 1. Trying to pick things up where he left off. Rob Parks. He's been hot in this one. 4 hits, including a homer and a double. First delivery to him on the way. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Cedeno sprinting after it. He tracks it down and makes the play to.
Wow, not only are complete games rare in this day and age of Major League Baseball, but a complete game shutout. This guy was in total command from the first inning through the 9th. Totally dominant in this one.
A 9-0 shutout final in this ball game. The Braves slugged their way to victory with 15 hits. Brian Lorenz couldn't escape the 4th inning as he slapped with the loss. So that'll just about do it. For my partners Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching a presentation of MLB Network. So long, everybody.
The final line score for our ball game this afternoon.
It's time for baseball on MLB Network. Today it's a matchup of David and Goliath between the Mississippi Braves and the Atlanta Braves. It's interleague baseball next on MLB Network. R.A. Dickey gets the ball for Atlanta in this one. Harold, what do you got?
Well, Matt, this guy's not going to blow you away. He's a consistent major league pitcher. Look, his ERA last year a little bit over 4, but he takes the baseball. And he's a guy who's going to take his lumps, but he's going to keep coming back at you. And I think we'll probably see that kind of performance today.
Digging in, Rob
third,
Parks.
First baseman, Rob Parks.
Oh, Chief, one time. Here we go.
Here comes the first pitch. Hit hard on the ground to second. Played on the backhand. On to first, and there were 2 down. Now a chance here in Atlanta.
Well, you're already down 3. You can't worry about that. Still play with your game. You got a lot of baseball left. Get maybe 1 inning. Chip away. Try to get at their pitcher and get your team right back in the game.
Try to bunt for a base hit here as he gets this one down. The tag, and he is out. Nothing doing here this half. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2. The Braves on top, 3-0. Digging in to try it again. Rob Parks. 0 for 1 here in the early going.
Parks.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Rodney on the move. And that retires the side. 2 left for Atlanta, but they lead it 3-0. Digging in once again, Rob Parks. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point.
Parks.
Into the windup and the pitch. Hit sharply on the ground. On to first, and very quickly 2 are gone in the home 5th. Ready once again, Rob Parks.
First baseman, Rob Parks.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Hard on the ground toward short. Reined in. In time to first, and there are 2 away. Digging in and looking for more, Robert Lean. He's got 3 hits, including a double to this point. 1 out, nobody on. High pop-up. Calling for it, Parks. And he brings it in for the 2nd out of the inning.
Wow, you don't see a closer finish better than that very often. Only needed 4 pitches to slam the door in the face and salt this game away for his guys.
And the score finishes 4-1 today. So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Harold Reynolds, Dan Plesac, and the rest of our crew. This is Matt Vasgersian, and you've been watching a presentation of MLB Network. See you next time.
The final line score for our ball game this afternoon for the Victoria.
It's time for baseball on MLB Network. Today it's a matchup of David and Goliath between the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp and the Atlanta Braves. It's interleague baseball on MLB Network. Mike Foltynewicz, a right-hander from Illinois, will be the starter here. Harold, what do you got?
Well, Matt, this guy's not going to blow you away. He's a consistent major league pitcher. Look, his ERA last year a little bit over 4, but he takes the baseball. And he's the guy who's going to take his lumps, but he's going to keep coming back at you. And I think we'll probably see that kind of performance today.
Coming to the plate now, Omar Chavez. Nobody out, runner on first.
Here we go, right now, fellas.
On the ground to short. This could be 2. The second for 1. On to first. Not in time as the umpire was right there to make the call. Stepping up now, Rob Parks. First cuts for him here with the bases open and 2 away. Into the windup and the pitch. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. Around first, digging for 2. But he slams on the brakes now as he'll retreat back to first, content with a single. Almost a terrific play as we get another look here. He reaches for this one but can't quite get there as this winds up a base hit. So it's a runner at first with 2 gone. And stepping forth is the left fielder, Matt Kemp.
Matt Kemp. Hey, let her rip, let her rip. He's going,
Runners on the move for second. Pitch outside. The throw. Way late, and he's in there easily at second. The tag, and he is out at third. And with that, the side is retired. An inning in the books. Scoreless on MLB Network. Digging in to try it again, Rob Parks.
Rob Parks.
Hey, let's go, kid. Here we go.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And that's in for his second hit of the afternoon. The relay throw, and he'll scramble back to first safely.
Another first pitch hit. Man, they're going up there aggressive, looking for that first pitch fastball. He's struggling right now, and they are feasting.
So here's Matt Kemp now. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Matt Kemp. Let's go now. One time. Come on, baby. Speed up. Drive it.
Grounded to third. This could be 2. He's got it. 1 there. On to first, and they get the double play. Digging in for his second at-bat, Colt Pulse comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And now a bunt attempt here as he gets this one down. And he will not have a play behind him. It's an infield single. So definite problems on that last play, and they'll hit the first baseman for the error. Digging in and looking for more, Rob Parks. He'll start things out in the home half of inning number 5.
Parks.
He pulls this one into right. And this is taken in just shy of the warning track for out number 1.
Jumped all over that first pitch of the inning, and he didn't miss it. Just wasn't able to steer it in a direction that resulted in a leadoff hit.
Ready for another shot now. Kareem McGrath. Couple of singles to his credit thus far.
McGrath.
Bases are empty. 1 man out. Hit to first. Parks gloves it, and he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted. Ready once again, Rob
Now batting.
Parks. He's
First
2 for
baseman.
3 thus far.
Rob Parks.
I see it. Drive it. Let's go.
And now a pitch on the way. Turned on down the line. And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball. Throw into second. And they're going to hold him to a single here as they do a nice job of getting it back in quickly.
Well, that's his 3rd hit of the night, and are you surprised? That's 3 singles. Now sits 3 for 4 with 3 singles. Not a bad night.
Stepping in and ready for another shot,
Up
Matt
next for
Kemp.
Atlanta.
He comes in 0 for
Left
2
fielder.
thus far.
Mac.
Runner at first here, 1 man out. Pitches a cold strike. The throw in time as he just gets the tag down.
Hey, not every catcher can make that throw, so that was pretty special. Benito Santiago. Hey, it always feels good to win a baseball game, but when you can win one at home in front of your home crowd, all those fans cheering, this is a good win for this team.
4-0 the score this afternoon. So that'll just about do it. For my partners Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching a presentation of MLB Network. So long, everybody.
The final line score for our ball game this afternoon for the victorious Atlanta Braves. Ball runs, 12 hits, 1 error. They left 12 men on base.
For the jumbo shrimp.
No runs, 8 hits, no errors. They left 13 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 41 minutes. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. And please drive home safely.
Afternoon baseball here on the show. Today, spring training action from the Cactus League between the Cincinnati Reds and their Ohio rivals to the north, the Cleveland Indians. Hello again, everybody. Welcome to our spring training coverage on MLB Network.
Time for a look at the majestic defensive alignment for the Indians. And I'm looking down at third base at the Todd father. Todd Frazier, yeah, the Little League superstar from the '98 World Series when he was the MVP and led his team from Toms River. He's matured now to a Major League All-Star third baseman. Really impressive resume.
Standing in, Rob
Batting
Parks.
third, first baseman, Rob Parks.
Hey, nice and patient.
Here's the first pitch to him. Drilled right back up the middle, and that finds its way through for a base hit. Long throw to third, and he is in there.
Well, it looks like just a ground ball base hit and the box scores, but man, that ball is hit hard up the middle. He's going to do well for himself if he stays consistent and keeps that approach.
Coming to the plate now, Chris
Batting
Davis.
fourth,
And he could give
left
his guys an
fielder,
early lead if he can
Chris
come through here.
Davis.
Hey, let her rip, let her rip.
Here it comes on 0-2. He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third.
Well, their chances of pushing across a run took a pretty good hit after that strikeout. It's so much tougher to score a guy from third with 2 outs instead of 1. Basically, you need a hit or you need to get lucky with a wild pitch or a pass
Batting
ball.
fifth, third baseman.
Here's Todd Frazier now.
Frazier.
All right, one time, right here.
On its way, the 0-2 pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. And there's a base hit, and the Tribe are going to strike first in this one. It's 1-0. The throw to the plate. Throw won't get him.
Well, you love to jump out to an early lead in the first inning. Right there, 2 runs will give you that little bit of cushion to see if the game gets into a good flow for you.
Digging in to try it again,
Now batting,
Rob Parks.
First baseman, Rob Parks.
Hey, I like the can up there, huh?
Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field, and that is off the wall in right field. In there, a base hit. Oh, and the throw back in is a wild one. And they've got the runner hung up between first and second. And he is back safely at first, and that was almost trouble. Here's Chris Davis now. 0 for 1 here in the early going.
Left fielder, Chris Davis.
Now a snap move over to first. The tag, and he is out. Nothing doing for the Indians there, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. Digging in for his second at-bat, Trey Mancini. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Trey Mancini.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. And it's tailor-made to short. 6, 4, 3. It's a double play, and the inning is over. Reds go down quietly. They trail in this one 3-0. And here's Jose Peraza. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Second baseman, Jose Peraza.
The windup and the 0-1. Grounded to first. Parks comes up with it. And he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted. Ready for another chance. Rob Parks. Couple of singles to his credit thus far.
Parks.
Wait for your pitch up there.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Belt high and right down the middle for a strike.
Oh, he reached back and challenged him right there. I like that. Early in the count. Here it is, big fella. I know you're a good hitter, but I'm coming right after you.
3 runs, 4 hits. No errors to this point for the Indians. Hard hit ball to second. And this is going to find the gap for his 3rd hit of the afternoon. This one for extra bases. And they're going to hold him to a single here as they do a nice job of getting it back in quickly.
Well, this ball's hit off the wall. He hit it awfully hard. Now, I thought it was a good move to stop because a lot of times you go, oh, he's dogging it. Looked like he was going pretty good, but I think they're going to throw him out. Good read to get back to first.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Chris Davis. He gets a shot to hit here in the inning following the 2-out single.
Yeah, and that hit might not amount to much, but anytime you can extend an inning and give a guy with plenty of pop a chance to swing it, the outlook of an inning changes dramatically.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike.
Here we go now. Come on now. One time.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Outside for a ball. 1-1.
Hey, you got it. No one better. Let's go.
Davis waits on the 1-1. A pitch out. The throw. And they'll nail him at second on a brilliant call to pitch out, and the inning is over. Indians fail to score. They lead it 3-0. Digging in and looking for more, Rob Parks. He's working on a 3-hit ball game right now.
All right, looking for your pitch here. Let's go. Let's go.
A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance. Vogel racing back. He makes the catch, and the runner from second will tag and hit for third. And he'll take those extra 90 feet, so put runners at the corners now with 2 gone in the inning. Digging in once again, Kevin Mota, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. On the ground up the middle. To second for 1. On to first, not in time as he just hits the bag ahead of the throw.
Hey, they couldn't turn the inning-ending double play. They just get the force out at second, and the runner scores from third. Yeah, and that's just a punch to the gut of the home fans as they watch their team fall behind at the top of the 9th. Then they can't get it done at the bottom and come away with a loss.
A 1-run finish today, 5-4 the final score. So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head on over to theshownation.com.
10 hits.
Opening day is behind us, so let's look back at how the first games of the year played out on the diamond. Starting in the AL East, the Rays tallied 5 home runs overall as they beat the Blue Jays in Toronto 7-2. Heading into today, the Blue Jays are in last place in the AL East, while the Rays sit in first place in the American League Eastern Division. The Reds knocked out 12 hits as a team as they bested the Good Thursday morning to you, Show Nation. Let's jump right into Wednesday's baseball action. In the AL Central, the Cleveland Indians combined for a 4-hitter as they beat the visiting Rays 7-0. The New York Yankees got 12 hits in this one as they took down the Chi Sox in front of a home crowd 9-0. They continue to win as they now have 9 straight. The Detroit Tigers smacked 15 team hits as they blasted the Astros 12-4. The Twins pitched well, allowing 3 hits as they beat the Royals in Kauffman Stadium 5-0. The Boston Red Sox allowed only 5 hits as they beat the O's in Baltimore 6-2. Pablo Marte got win number 1 on the year as the Angels got the win against the Mariners 5-4. The A's got together to allow 4 hits as they bested the visiting Padres 7-2. The Braves pounded out 17 hits in this one as they grabbed the win over the Rangers in Arlington 7-6. The Nationals cracked 16 hits on the day as they defeated the visiting Fightin' Phils 10-7. Troy Eaton was victorious for the 5th time this season as Cincinnati defeated the Mets 5-1. The Pirates starting pitcher, number 50, earned win number 7 this season, helping Pittsburgh get one against the Brewers 6-4. C.J. Cron was a force at the plate, driving in 3 runs as St. Louis bested Toronto 4-2. It was their 5th straight victory. The Dodgers only allowed 2 hits in the game as they got a road win against Arizona 1-0. The Colorado Rockies amassed 14 hits in the game as they nabbed the win against the visiting Cubs 10-2. In other Rockies news, DJ LeMahieu collected his 1,500th career base hit in the game. The Marlins got 11 overall hits as they got the win over the Giants in San Francisco 5-1. They now have 5 straight wins. Thanks for joining me. That's all for today. Same place, same time tomorrow. Enjoy the games. It's September 1st. Welcome to Inside the Show as rosters have expanded. Starting in the American League Central, the Tribe launched 3 home runs as they beat the White Sox on the south side 12-3. Jose Quintana pitched his way to his 100th career victory as Detroit took care of the Rays 3-2. In other Rays news, Blake Snell punched out his 200th batter of the season in yesterday's action. Jake Barrett got the win, number 7 thus far, leading Minnesota to a win over Toronto 4-3. In other Blue Jays news, Aaron Sanchez racked up his 1,000th career strikeout in yesterday's action. The Royals had 12 hits as a team as they pushed past the Dodgers at Chavez Ravine 6-4. The Red Sox allowed 5 hits in the game as they got the win in a laugher against the Rangers 11-2. The Yankees totaled 11 hits as a team as they beat the O's in Baltimore 7-5. The Angels totaled 11 hits as they stole the victory in extra innings over the Astros 3-2. Brian Morris got his 9th win out of the pen as the Mariners downed the A's 4-0. The Atlanta Braves got 11 overall hits as they beat the visiting Marlins 6-2. Coda Glover earned the 3rd W of his season, leading Washington to a win against the Mets 3-1. The Redbirds grabbed 13 hits in the game as they got past the Reds in Cincinnati 5-4. The Philadelphia Phillies pitched well, allowing 3 hits as they took a victory against the Brewers in Milwaukee 1-0. The Cubs combined to allow only 4 hits as they plundered the Pirates 6-0. The Padres broke up their 5-game losing skid as they toppled the Rockies 9-2. The Giants knocked out 12 hits as a team as they took down the visiting Diamondbacks 6-5. That now makes 8 straight wins for the team. And that's the show on this first day of September. It should be a fun day of watching all the newly minted major leaguers making their debuts. And don't forget to listen in tomorrow to see how they did. Welcome to your Saturday edition of Inside the Show. I'm Justin Allegri. Starting in the American League Central, Tyler Naquin was hot at the plate, collecting 3 hits in the game, leading Cleveland past the Royals 5-3. He has now hit safely in 15 straight games. Right now, the Royals are in second place in the AL Central, 19 games out of first. And the Indians are atop the division. They are more than 10 games ahead of second place. Zach Greinke grabbed his 2nd win of the year as the White Sox claim victory over the Orioles 2-1. Looking at the standings, the White Sox are in last place in the AL Central. They're over 20 games out of first, while the Orioles sit in last place in the American League East Division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Tigers totaled 11 hits as a team as they stole a victory in extra innings over the Twins, 4-3. As of today, the Tigers sit in third place in the American League Central. They're over 20 games out of first, while the Twins are fourth in the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Toronto Blue Jays snapped their 5-game losing streak as they defeated the visiting Yankees 5-3. Heading into today, the Blue Jays sit in second place in the American League East Division, 3 games back. And the Yankees are third in the division. They're 3.5 games back. The Tampa Bay Rays combined to give up just 5 hits as they beat the visiting Red Sox 5-2. Right now, the Rays are in fourth place in the AL East, 11 games out of first. And the Red Sox are atop the division. They have a 3-game cushion. The Rangers hit 3 long balls as they pulled off the win against the Angels in Orange County, 5-1. At the moment, the Angels sit in first place in the American League West Division. They are more than 10 games ahead of second. And the Rangers are second in the division, 10.5 back. The Astros total 11 hits as they defeated the A's in Oakland 6-3. In other Astros news, Tommy Joseph continued his very productive season yesterday as he collected his 100th RBI of the year. As of today, the A's sit in last place in the American League West Division. They're over 20 games out of first, while the Astros are third in the division, 14 games back. The Braves pitched well, allowing 3 hits as they took down the visiting Mariners 3-2. Looking at the standings, the Braves sit in fourth place in the National League East Division, 19 games out of first. And the Mariners sit in fourth place in the American League West, 19 games out of first. Brad Miller drove in 4, helping the Marlins take care of the Phillies 5-0. Right now, the Marlins are in third place in the NL East, 8 games out of first, while the Phillies are at the bottom of the division. They're over 20 games out of first. Richard Driver got his second W of the season, leading the Nationals to a win over the Buccos, 4-3. Heading into today, the Nationals are in second place in the NL East, 5 games back, while the Pirates sit in third place in the National League Central Division, but they currently hold a spot in the NL wildcard race. The Mets allowed only 5 hits as they bested the visiting Padres 2-0. The win was their 6th straight as a team. As of today, the Mets are atop the National League East Division. They hold a comfortable 5-game advantage, while the Padres sit in last place in the National League West Division. They're over 20 games out of first. Jose Ramirez was clutch at the plate with 3 RBIs, helping the Reds down the Cubs 4-3. Looking at the standings, the Reds are in last place in the NL Central. They're over 20 games out of first, while the Cubs are atop the division, 3.5 games ahead of second. Pablo Sanchez picked up 3 base knocks in the ballgame, helping the Brewers down the Cardinals 3-2. Right now, the Brewers sit in fourth place in the National League Central Division. They're over 20 games out of first, while the Cardinals are second in the division, but they currently lead the NL wildcard race. The Rockies went deep 4 times as they got a road win against Arizona 6-3. Heading into today, the Diamondbacks are in third place in the NL West, 11 games out of first, while the Rockies are fourth in the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Los Angeles Dodgers swung it well with 15 hits in this one as they grabbed a win in extras over the Giants 5-4. At the moment, the Dodgers sit in second place in the National League West Division, only a game and a half back, while the Giants are atop the division. They have a small game and a half advantage over second. And that'll do it for today. Enjoy the games, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. The final postseason teams are jockeying for position. Welcome to Inside the Show. In the AL Central, Corey Dickerson plated 5 on the day with 2 big flies as the Indians defeated the A's 6-2. He has now hit safely in 7 straight games. Looking at the standings, the Indians are in first place in the AL Central. They are more than 10 games ahead of second, while the Athletics are in last place in the AL West. They're over 20 games out of first. Jake Odorizzi collected the victory in his 12th win, leading the Tigers to the win over the White Sox 10-1. Right now, the Tigers sit in second place in the AL Central Division. They're over 20 games out of first. And the White Sox are at the bottom of the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Minnesota Twins broke up their 5-game losing skid as they grabbed the win against the visiting Royals 7-4. As of today, the Twins are in 4th place in the AL Central. They're over 20 games out of first, while the Royals are second in the division. They're over 20 games out of first. Lonnie Chisenhall had a home run and 3 RBIs as Tampa Bay rolled past the Blue Jays 5-4. He is currently riding a 10-game hitting streak. At the moment, the Rays sit in 4th place in the American League East Division, 12 games behind first place. And the Blue Jays are second in the division, yet they currently lead the race for the American League wildcard. The New York Yankees pounded out 17 hits in this one as they destroyed the Angels 9-3. Looking at the standings, the Yankees have now clinched one of 2 AL wildcard spots with the win. And the Angels are leading the AL West. They are more than 10 games ahead of second place. The Seattle Mariners totaled 13 hits as a team as they got a win over the Astros in Houston 8-4. Right now, the Astros sit in 3rd place in the American League West Division. They're 15 games back, while the Mariners are 4th in the division, 19 games out of first. Giancarlo Stanton drove in an impressive 5 with 2 home runs as the Marlins got the best of the Nats 9-3. He is among the National League leaders in home runs. Heading into today, the Nationals sit in 2nd place in the National League East Division. They're 2 games back. And the Marlins are 3rd in the division, 6 games out of first. Welcome to the show, everyone. Thanks for making us a part of your morning. Let's jump into the latest news from around the Major League Baseball postseason. The Chicago Cubs tallied 5 home runs overall as they blew out the Jays, clinching the World Series championship. It has been a storybook season for them, and they will look to repeat as champions next year.
Play ball. 3. Take the base, ball 4.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Indians. Shane Green. This change defensively for the D-backs. Now playing third base. Number 23. Esteban Garcia. Now pitching for the Diamondbacks. Number 48. Randall Delgado. Now pitching for the Diamondbacks. Number 46. Enrique. Now pitching for the Diamondbacks, number 4, Mitch Gonzalez. Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Diamondbacks, number 50, Evan Marshall.
TGIF, and welcome to Inside the Show. In the AL Central, Joey Gallo was a major force at the plate with 6 RBIs as Texas downed Cleveland 12-3. He is currently among the RBI leaders in the American League. Also from Cleveland, the club has acquired relief pitcher Carlos Frias in a trade with the Kansas City Royals for catcher Shea Vigil. According to team sources, as of today, the Indians are leading the American League Central Division, while the Rangers are in second place in the AL West. Patrick Corbin grabbed win number 9 this year, helping lead the White Sox over the Yankees 6-4. He is among the AL leaders in wins. At the moment, the White Sox sit in 4th place in the American League Central Division, while the Yankees are atop the American League East Division. The Bo Sox completed the long 4-game sweep as they grabbed the win over the visiting Twins 4-0. The win was their 5th straight as a team. Right now, the Red Sox are in 2nd place in the AL East, and the Twins sit in last place in the American League Central Division. The Detroit Tigers combined for 10 hits as a team as they grabbed the win against the visiting Royals 5-0. Heading into today, the Tigers are in 3rd place in the AL Central, and the Royals are in 2nd place in the AL Central. The Toronto Blue Jays completed a 3-game series sweep as they took down the visiting Orioles 7-3. As of today, the Blue Jays are in last place in the AL East, and the Orioles sit in 3rd place in the American League East Division. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim completed a short 2-game sweep as they got the best of the Dodgers at home 5-3. Looking at the standings, the Angels are in 1st place in the AL West, while the Dodgers are leading the National League West. The Oakland Athletics allowed 5 hits in the game as they got a win over the Astros in Houston 3-2. Right now, the Astros are in 3rd place in the AL West, and the Athletics are in 4th place in the AL West. Rafael Montero grabbed the victory with his 10 Ks as the Mets were winners over the Marlins 4-2. At the moment, the Marlins are in last place in the NL East, while the Mets sit in 3rd place in the National League East Division. The Cubs put together 10 hits total as they took down the Nationals in Washington 5-4. As of today, the Nationals sit in 1st place in the National League East Division, and the Cubs are in 3rd place in the NL Central. Devin Mesoraco added 3 RBIs to his total, helping lead Cincinnati to a win over the Brewers 5-3. Looking at the standings, it's September 1st. Welcome to Inside the Show as rosters have expanded. Starting in the American League Central, Shane Green got the W, his 11th this season, as Cleveland took care of the Yankees 4-1. The Tampa Bay Rays brought out the brooms in a 3-game sweep as they beat the Royals in Kauffman Stadium 3-2. The Minnesota Twins combined for a 4-hitter as they took down the Chi Sox in front of a home crowd 2-0. The Detroit Tigers combined to give up just 5 hits as they took care of the Rocks in Colorado 7-1. It was their 5th straight victory. The Baltimore Orioles allowed only 5 hits as they took down the visiting Mariners 6-3. The Toronto Blue Jays earned the 3-game series sweep as they beat the visiting Red Sox 4-2. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim grabbed 13 hits in the game as they grabbed the win against the visiting Athletics 8-7. They now have won 14 consecutive games. The Stros sent 3 balls into the seats as they were winners over the visiting Rangers 3-2. Bryce Harper was a one-man highlight reel with 3 home runs and 5 RBIs, helping Washington get past the Marlins 6-0. Edebrey Ramos collected win number 2 on the year as the Phillies took care of the Braves 3-2. Anthony Rizzo was a major force at the plate, driving in 4, leading the Cubbies to a win over the Pirates 5-4. He is currently among the NL leaders in batting average. The Cincinnati Reds combined for 10 hits as a team as they got the best of the visiting Mets 5-4. The Milwaukee Brewers halted their 6-game losing streak as they got the best of the visiting Redbirds 4-1. The final postseason teams are jockeying for position. Welcome to Inside the Show. In the AL Central, Carlos Frias collected win number 3 this year as the Tribe defeated the White Sox 1-0. Heading into today, the Indians are atop the AL Central, 2 games up on second place, while the White Sox are 4th in the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Kansas City Royals cracked 14 hits overall as they took down the visiting Diamondbacks 8-7. Right now, the Royals sit in 3rd place in the American League. Welcome to the show, everyone. Thanks for making us a part of your morning. Let's jump into the latest news from around the Major League Baseball postseason. In Game 4 of the AL Division Series, Francisco Lindor grabbed 3 base knocks as Cleveland took care of the Yankees, clinching the series and stamping their ticket to play in the ALCS. In Game 4 of the American League Division Series, the Rangers center field Hi there, everyone. Welcome to this special postseason edition of Inside the Show. Let's take a look at the latest from around Major League Baseball. In Game 4 of the American League Championship Series, Oswaldo Arcia launched 2 home runs and added 5 RBIs to his total as the Indians got the win over the Rangers, clinching the American League pennant. They will represent the AL in the World Series starting in a couple of days. For Game 5 of the NLCS, the Dodgers' third baseman, number 8, picked up 4 ribbies on 3 hits as the Boys in Blue took down the Pirates, clinching the league pennant and the right to represent the National League in the World Series in just a couple of days. Thanks for joining me. That's all for today's postseason recap. Same place, same time tomorrow. Enjoy the games. Welcome to the show, baseball fans. Here's what's going on in the baseball world on this October morning. Tyler Naquin had 3 hits in the contest, helping the Indians push past the Dodgers 5-3. And that'll do it for today's postseason recap. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
MLB Network is your exclusive home for postseason baseball. It's the pivotal Game 5 of the World Series between the LA Dodgers and the Cleveland Indians. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to the World Series here on MLB Network. Set for what should be a good one. Lineups and first pitch are next. The crowd is ready to erupt as their guys get set to take the field. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your Cleveland Indians.
And briefly here, a glance at the two starters who'll get the ball here in this one. The chance now for the Los Angeles Dodgers starting lineup. HR, what are they going to have to focus on to try to win this one and stay alive?
Well, the key to me in this one, I'm going to throw a cliche at you, Matt. You know I don't use many cliches. I would have to say, have great energy. Play with some enthusiasm. Be excited about playing. And if they do that, man, they carry it through for 9 innings. Look out.
Corey Kluber gets the call in Game 5 of the series. What do you have for us on him, H?
Well, Matt, he's been really good. He's got 2 wins in the last 3 starts. His team's had an opportunity to be in the game deep and late, and he's walked away, like I said, with 2 wins. So let's see if he's able to get 3 wins in 4 starts after this outing. Time for a look at the majestic defensive alignment for the Indians. And I'm looking at the catcher, Matt Wieters. The biggest compliment I ever heard from Matt Wieters, nobody catches a throw from the outfield and tags a runner better than him. He'll take a shot, too. He also calls a pretty good game.
Batting third, first baseman, Rob Clark.
You can, come on. Drive that pitch home.
First offering on its way. Hit hard towards center. That's in there. Base hit. Lindor rounds third and is digging for the plate. The throw here is not in time. He beats Grandal's tag.
Well, there's another hit by him here in the postseason. You talk about impact players. This is how you impact the series, the way he's been swinging the bat.
Batting fourth, right fielder, Oswaldo Arcia.
Runner goes. Now a swing, and he pops him up. And I believe, yes, the umpire signaling for the infield fly rule. And he will hasten his way back to first, where he's in there safely.
I'm sure his eyes lit up when he saw that curveball hanging in the zone, but maybe he tried to do too much with it because basically he hit it straight up. No doubt he wants that pitch back, and the pitcher, he just dodged a bullet.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. Boy, not close again. His third walk of the inning as that misses for ball 4.
I think he was trying to be a little too fine there, and a walk is the result. Well, the good news is he has a force at every base. The bad news, a single probably drives in a couple of runs.
Into the box now, Andreas Zepeda.
Left fielder.
Bases are loaded here, one man out.
Zepeda.
Come on, big guy. Get your pitch and let it rip. Let's go.
Smoke toward third. And that's through into left, a base hit. 1 run scores. Now the relay home.
Boy, you really squared up on that one, didn't you?
Batting 7th, second baseman, Cesar Hernandez.
And he's right here one time. Hey, need you right here, kid. Drive
Ready
something.
with the 0-2. Grounder down the line at third. Scooped up on the backhand. Throw to second will be in time, but the run's going to come in and score. On to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw.
Looked like that might be an inning-ending double play off the bat, but that was some great hustle to beat the throw at first. Keeps the inning alive, and more importantly, he gets an RBI because of it.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Rob Parks.
First baseman, Rob Parks.
Here's the first pitch to him. Goes the other way with it as this is in the air down the line in left. Conforto is there, makes the catch, and the side is retired. Left for the try. Digging in once again, Kevin Kiermaier.
Center fielder.
1 in,
Kevin
1 out, and
Kiermaier.
1 on here in the inning.
Ball on the ground, we're rolling it.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. High pop up. Parks is there for it. 2 gone. Ready once again, Will Javeri. He doubled earlier in the game, 1 for 2 to this point. From the belt, kicks and deals. Grounded up the first baseline, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. A run, a hit, and a man left. On now to the bottom half of inning number 4. It's striding in once again, Rob Parks. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. Peralta sets his sights. Here comes the first pitch. Hit hard back up the middle. And an off-balance throw is in time as he takes one away. Wow. Matt Vasgersian back with Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac as the 2016 National League Rookie of the Year Corey Seager settles in to start things out. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Drilled to first. To his right, Parks. And he'll step on first himself for the out. Ready for another chance. Rob Parks. He'll start things out here in the bottom of inning number 7.
Parks.
Hey, nice and patient. Get your pitch.
This is pulled into right, and that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. So it's an inning opening single to kick off their half of the 7th.
Well, here he goes again. Here's that guy, a leadoff base hit. He's having a nice postseason. He is really locked in right now.
Ready for another shot now. Oswaldo Arcia. 0 for 2 with a walk for him so far.
Oswaldo Arcia.
Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. And a changeup right down the middle.
Well, with both starters out now, and we got a really good game here. It's clearly a bullpen game, but this is why it's so important to have that depth in your pen, because you're going to run into a lot of games like this.
Hey, see it. Drive it. Let's go, big dog.
Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field. His first homer here in the series. And they double him up. It's 8-4.
Wasn't a particularly deep home run by today's standards, but it certainly did scream out of the park in a hurry. You see there on show track an impressive 112 miles an hour off the bat.
Digging in and looking for more, Rob Parks. Past history with Brett Cecil, 3 base hits in 28 tries. He's also been a strikeout victim 6 times. Here's the first pitch to him. Swing and a drive to right. There it goes. And out of here. And I mean by plenty. That ball was crushed. Solo shot to right center. His 3rd home run of this series as they've taken a 2-run lead.
I'm excited to check the home run numbers that come out on show track, because that was just one of the most impressive launches we've seen in a good while. And as the numbers come in, that ball was projected to have carried over 460 feet. An amazing show of strength.
Now on the show. It's all over, and you see the reactions there to the final out. And down on the field, we'll get a chance to watch the presentation of the Commissioner's Trophy to the new World Champs.
For our ball game tonight for the victorious Cleveland Indians. 10 runs on 10 hits. No errors. They left 11 men on base. For the Dodgers, 8 runs on 11 hits. 1 error. They left 10 men on base. Time of the ball game, 4 hours and 18 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance at Progressive Field, 43,345. The Indians thank you for your continued support and remind you, please drive home safely. Thank you and good night.
Welcome to your Saturday edition of Inside the Show. I'm Justin Allegri. In the AL Central, the Minnesota Twins combined for a 4-hitter as they beat the Tribe in Cleveland 2-0. The White Sox dropped 4 home runs in this one as they cruised to the win against the Tigers 11-5. Michael Porter drove in an impressive 5 with 2 home runs, helping lead Kansas City to a victory over Houston 14-0. The Toronto Blue Jays launched 3 home runs as they took down the visiting Orioles 6-5. The Bo Sox smacked 15 team hits as they took down the Rays in St. Petersburg 7-5. The Halos amassed 14 hits in the game as they beat the visiting Marlins Hello, baseball fans. Thanks for joining us on this October morning. Here's what's going on around the league as the postseason rolls on. For the 7th and final game of the Major League Baseball World Series, Will Myers drove in 3 as the Red Sox disposed of the Diamondbacks, clinching the World Series championship. It has been a storybook season for them, and they will look to repeat as champions next year. Happy Saturday morning to you. Here's the news and results from Friday. Starting in the American League Central, Rob Parks was a force at the plate, driving in 3 runs, helping the Indians to the win over the Twins 7-3. John Ledbetter had 3 hits and drove in 3, leading the Tigers to the win over the Red Sox 5-3. He has now hit safely in 7 straight games. The Kansas City Royals combined to allow only 4 hits as they took down the Chi Sox in front of a home crowd 1-0. The Oakland Athletics allowed only 5 hits as they took down the Yankees in the Bronx 8-3. The Blue Jays held their opponent to just 2 hits as they defeated the visiting Angels 1-0. The win was their 5th straight as a team. David Paulino won his 4th game thus far as the Astros defeated the Orioles 2-0. The Seattle Mariners got together to allow 4 hits as they beat the visiting Rays 1-0. The Rockies went deep 4 times as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 8-2. Steven Strasburg earned the 3rd W of his season, helping lead Washington past the Redbirds 3-2. The Texas Rangers grabbed 13 hits in the game as they got the best of the Phillies in Citizens Bank Park 8-5. They are on a roll with 8 straight victories. The San Diego Padres Welcome to your Saturday edition of Inside the Show. I'm Justin Allegri. In the AL Central, the Cleveland Indians got 11 overall hits as they beat the Blue Jays in Toronto 6-1. The Mariners only allowed 2 hits in the game as they beat the White Sox on the south side 8-2. The Royals put together 10 hits total as they grabbed the win over the visiting Twins 7-6. The Astros combined for a 4-hitter as they defeated the visiting Tigers 4-1. Matt Perk grabbed his 4th victory out of the pen, helping the Rangers claim a win over the Yankees 3-2. The Boston Red Sox cracked 14 hits overall as they beat the O's in Baltimore 8-5. The Halos held their opponent to just 2 hits as they beat the visiting Marlins 6-1. The Tampa Bay Rays hit 3 long balls as they took an extra innings victory over the Athletics 5-2. The San Francisco Giants knocked out 10 hits as a team as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 6-4. The Mets amassed 14 hits in the game as they pulled away from the Nationals 8-2. Junior Cordova grabbed his 2nd win of the year, helping lead the Phillies to a victory over the Cardinals 2-1. The Chicago Cubs knocked out 12 hits as a team as they sank the visiting Buccos 7-2. Derek Ventura collected his 8th win overall, helping lead The final postseason teams are jockeying for position. Welcome to Inside the Show. Starting in the American League Central, Teoscar Hernandez plated 3 runs on the day, leading the Padres to a win against the Indians 5-2. Right now, the Indians are in 2nd place in the AL Central, but they currently hold a spot in the AL wildcard race. while the Padres sit in last place in the National League West Division, 17 games out of first. The Tigers combined for 10 hits as a team as they sent their crowd home happy with a walk-off win over the White Sox, 3-2. At the moment, the Tigers are leading the American League Central, 6 games up on second place, while the White Sox are third in the division, 13 games out. The Kansas City Royals totaled 11 hits as a team as they defeated the Twins in the Twin Cities, 8-3. As of today, the Twins sit in last place in the American League Central Division, 20 games out of first, and the Royals are fourth in the division. They're 15 games back. The Red Sox pitched well, allowing 3 hits as they beat the visiting Rays 6-2. Looking at the standings, the Red Sox Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Monday. Starting in the National League West, the Los Angeles Dodgers swung it well with 15 hits in this one as they got the win over the Giants in San Francisco, 9-4. Heading into today, the Giants are in second place in the NL West, yet they currently lead the race for the National League wildcard, while the Dodgers are atop the division, 1 game ahead of second. And that's what's going on around baseball heading into today's action. Join us again tomorrow for more updates from around Major League Baseball. MLB Network is live and on the air with this special presentation of minor league postseason baseball. It's the 1-game American League wildcard playoff between the Cleveland Indians and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian welcoming you into another edition of Major League Baseball coverage on MLB Network. Set for what should be a good one. Lineups and first pitch are next. Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, welcome your Angels.
Quickly now, we'll look at the 2 men with a lot on their shoulders. Our 2 starters here in this wild card matchup. Now a moment here for the Indians starting lineup. What's important for this lineup as they look to earn a berth into the division series, Harold?
Well, I think the key here is get runners on early and score as often as you can. Get that pitcher into stretch. Force the action. Steal a base, hit and run. Force the defense to have to handle the ball. I don't care how good a defensive team you are, but when you continue having pressure on you, it just forces you to have to act and react to it.
Gustavo Francisco gets the nod here at home for the American League wildcard game. Harold, what do you got?
Well, Matt, he's got 5 pitches, and I mean, they're all good. He throws them for strikes, he dominates, he mixes speeds up. I asked him one day, what's your best pitch? And he told me all 5. All right, here's how the Halos line up defensively, brought to you by Majestic. And in the outfield, Mike Trout. May as well say highlight Mike, because every night it seems like he's putting on a highlight reel play. He can go get them. Left, right, center, climb a wall like Spider-Man if he needs to.
Digging in, Rob Parks.
First baseman, Rob Parks.
Hey, 90 feet anyway, kid. Here we go.
First pitch on its way. A fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind.
Now, I'm sure these infielders know it, but this hitter can burn down the baseline. So if he puts a ground ball in play, the defense is going to have to make a perfect turn to turn 2.
Hard hit to first. And this continues right on through him as he couldn't knock it down. Throw won't get him.
Man, it looked like he didn't want any part of that ball. I know it was hit hard, but come on, man. At least knock it down. Body up. Man up. Let's go.
Stepping up now, Oswaldo Arcia. Great chance to drive in a run here in the early going.
Oswaldo Arcia.
Hey, get some good one up there, huh?
And he watches one miss outside. 2-0 now.
2-0 count, runners at the corners. You can bet he's looking for something to drive right here. There's a good chance he gets something to hit, too.
Come on, big guy. See it driving. See it driving.
And there's a swing and a miss. 2-1 now.
Well, if there's any game, Matt, that's important to score that first run, this is it. The wild card game, if you can drive in a run and get that lead early, man, all the pressure goes on the other team. This is a big moment.
2 balls and a strike. Here it is. Line towards center field. Catch is made by Trout. Here comes the runner from third. Now this is cut and thrown to first. On to first, and they get the double play. So they get to him for a couple of hits in the inning here, but they've got nothing to show for it. Now the Angels will get their first crack at it. No score. Well, here's a look now at the Angels starting lineup. H, what has to happen if they want to survive the wild card game and move on?
Matt, have you seen this guy throw? Ooh, he is electric. What do you got to do against him? I think you got to attack him early. He's just too overpowering. His stuff is electric. He's got one of those great power arms that we'll talk about for years to come. You got to take it to him before he takes it to you.
Luis Severino is on the mound for the visiting squad in this AL wildcard matchup. Harold, any thoughts?
Well, he's got 4 pitches to work with and uses them all at all different times in the game. So he keeps hitters off balance and gives you a lot to think about.
So there's the first out here in the Angels' third. And standing in, the ever-dangerous Mike Trout.
There you go, fellas. Let's go.
Ready on 1 and 2. Swing and a line drive. But a foul ball. Digging in for his second at bat, Rob Parks. He'll try to get it going here to begin the 4th. First pitch on its way. Hit in the air to right center field. This ball is carrying well. Back it goes, and it is out of here. Solo shot to right center. And with it, the Indians have leveled the score at 1 apiece.
That's one of those pitches you wish you could take back as soon as it leaves your hand. But guess what? There are no delete or rewind buttons in baseball. That's a mistake, and it was a good job by his opponent to make him pay for it.
Ready once again, Rob Parks. He's off to a fast start in this one. 2 for 2, including a home run. Here's the first pitch to him. Hard hit ball to second. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. And the throw won't be in time as he'll be able to beat out the recovery throw at first.
And this was set up perfectly for him to start the double play. he's in ideal position. And then I think he got a little bit ahead of himself. You know that old saying, be quick but don't hurry? Well, I think that was demonstrated right here.
Here's Oswaldo Arcia. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame.
Oswaldo Arcia.
And this is swung on and missed. And boy, they took care of a key man there. 1 away.
Really impressive pitching right there. Sometimes as a pitcher, you can get frustrated when you make a good pitch and you don't get that call from the umpire. But what does he do? He comes back with a good pitch and gets the strike.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Colt Morant. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far.
Get your pitch and drive it.
On its way, the 0-2 pitch. Hit out towards second. To second for 1. Relay to first in time. And just like that, the side is retired. 4 to 6 to 3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. Striding in once again, Forrest Gomez. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far.
Forrest Gomez.
Now a bunt attempt here. Throw will not be in time as a perfect bunt there nets him a base runner to lead off the. Digging in to try it again. Rob Parks. He homered earlier and is 2 for 3 to this point. Rosenthal comes set. Here's the first pitch. Pitch out. Nothing doing. And they pitch out here, but nothing's going on. Our pitcher's duel continues here. 2-1 score as we play the 8th.
Hey, come on, big dog. Get your pitch.
In the air, down the left field line and deep. Goodell's on his horse. He's got it. A nice play there. 2 away. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying. Ready for another shot now.
First
Ramon
baseman,
Padilla.
6. Ramon Padilla.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. This is on the ground over to first. And he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted. Ready for another chance. Rob Parks. He went deep earlier and he's 2 for 4 to this point. Hit hard but foul. 2 out, nobody on. That's lifted the other way out to left. Will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. Indians go down 1-2-3, and this game is still tied at 2-2. Several good offensive performances in this one, but none better than the one turned in by the guy you see right there. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he wound up with 3/4 of the cycle. Couldn't get the toughest one of them all, a triple, but it was still an outstanding showing with the bat.
First for the victorious Angels. 5 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. They left 18 runners on base.
Hello, baseball fans. Thanks for joining us on this October morning. Here's what's going on around the league as the postseason rolls on. The Dodgers cruise to the win against the Tigers, 8-1. The beginning of the work week, and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting in the American League Central, the Cleveland Indians swung it well with 15 hits in this one as they took down the visiting Orioles 7-4. As of today, the Indians are in second place in the AL Central, while the Orioles sit in last place in the American League East Division. The Twins cracked 16 hits on the day as they took down the Tigers in Detroit 7-3. Right now, the Tigers are leading the Central Division, while the Twins sit in last place in the American League Central Division. The Royals totaled 13 hits as a team as they took down the Chi Sox in front of a home crowd 6-5. Heading into today, the Royals sit in third place in the American League Central, while the White Sox are in fourth place in the AL Central. The Astros combined for a 4-hitter as they took down the Rays in St. Petersburg 3-0. At the moment, the Rays are in third place in the AL East, while the Astros sit in fourth place in the American League West. The final postseason teams are jockeying for position. Welcome to Inside the Show. In the AL Central, the Cleveland Indians got together to allow 4 hits as they grabbed the win over the visiting Twins 7-2. As of today, the Indians are sitting atop the AL Central, 1 game ahead of second. And the Twins are third in the division. They're 2 games back. The Los Angeles Dodgers grabbed 13 hits in the game as they beat the White Sox on the south side 10-3. In other Chi Sox news, Alex Garcia racked up his 1,000th career strikeout in yesterday's action. In more news from the boys in blue, Dan Vogelbach continued his very productive season yesterday as he collected his 100th RBI of the year. Right now, the White Sox sit in fourth place in the American League Central Division, 11 games out of first, while the Dodgers sit in second place in the National League West Division, but they currently lead the NL wildcard race. The Detroit Tigers hit 3 long balls as they beat the Royals in Kauffman Stadium 9-4. Heading into today, the Royals are Welcome to the show, everyone. Thanks for making us a part of your morning. Let's jump into the latest news from around the Major League Baseball postseason. For the 5th and final game of the American League Division Series, the Indians catcher, number 33, drove in 4, helping the Indians push past the Blue Jays, clinching the series and stamping their ticket to play in the ALCS. In the 5th and deciding game of the ALDS, Abraham Almonte drove home 3 runs as the Rays pushed past the A's, clinching the series and stamping their ticket to play in the ALCS. And that's all for today's show. See you back here tomorrow for another postseason recap. Have a great day. Hi there, everyone. Welcome to this special postseason edition of Inside the Show. Let's take a look at the latest from around Major League Baseball. In the seventh and deciding game of the ALCS, Stephen Quo had a big day offensively, collecting 3 hits and driving in 3, as Tampa Bay downed Cleveland, clinching the American League pennant. They will represent the AL in the World Series starting in a couple of days. And that's what's going on around baseball here in October. Join us again tomorrow for updates from around the postseason. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Inside the Show, your source for all postseason news. Here's a recap of yesterday's playoff baseball. The Tampa Bay Rays got the win over the Giants in San Francisco, 5-2. TGIF, and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting out in the NL West, the Giants totaled 13 hits as a team as they got a win over the Astros in Houston, 10-1. At the moment, the Astros are in last place in the AL West, and the Giants are in second place in the NL West. The Brew Crew grabbed 13 hits in the game as they got a road win against Arizona, 3-2. As of today, the Diamondbacks are in fourth place in the NL West, and the Brewers are in third place in the NL Central. Trevor Story had an unforgettable day with 3 home runs and a total of 8 runs batted in as the Rockies downed the Cardinals 14-2. As of today, he is leading the National League in home runs. Right now, the Rockies are in last place in the NL West, and the Cardinals are in last place in the NL Central. Ray Ramos earned his first victory of the season as San Diego beat the Dodgers 1-0. Also from the boys in blue, David Paulino racked up his 1,000th career strikeout in yesterday's action. Heading into today, the Dodgers sit in first place in the National League West Division, while the Padres are in third place in the NL West. The New York Mets combined to allow only 4 hits as they beat the visiting Red Sox 3-2. Looking at the standings, the Mets sit in third place in the National League East Division, and the Red Sox are atop the American League East Division. Garrett Cole got win number 1 on the year, helping the Yankees beat the Pirates 5-1. His ERA is currently in the top 5 in the American League. As of today, the Pirates sit in second place in the National League Central, while the Yankees are in last place in the AL East. The Angels pitched well, allowing 3 hits as they took down the Rays in St. Petersburg 2-0. Right now, the Rays are in fourth place in the AL East, while the Angels sit in first place in the American League West Division. The Toronto Blue Jays put together 10 hits total as they grabbed the win over the visiting Twins 4-3. At the moment, the Blue Jays sit in second place in the American League East Division, while the Twins sit in second place in the AL Central Division. The Texas Rangers cracked 14 hits overall as they beat the O's in Baltimore 6-1. Looking at the standings, the Orioles are in second place in the AL East, and the Rangers are in third place in the AL West. The Chicago White Sox amassed 14 hits in the game as they pounded the Indians 10-3. As of today, the Indians are in third place in the AL Central, and the White Sox sit in last place in the American League Central Division. The Kansas City Royals only allowed 2 hits in the game as they defeated the A's in Oakland 3-0. Right now, the A's are in second place in the AL West, and the Royals are in fourth place in the AL Central. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll be back here tomorrow and all season long.
The weekend has arrived, and we've got baseball from Progressive Field in Cleveland. Tonight, the start of a 3-game interleague series between the San Francisco Giants and the Cleveland Indians. Two of the best bats in the business go at it next on the show. Matt Wisler is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for Cleveland. What do we need to know here, HR?
Matt, the last 3 games been a bit of a struggle, and you wonder why. Well, you look at the base runners. He's allowing a lot of traffic on the bases. And so for that, I look at one number, his whip. It's over 1.5. He's got to get that down if he wants a chance to win games.
Batting third.
Now batting, Rob Parks. He's currently tied for 2nd place on the team in home runs.
Hey, keep that hot bat, huh? Hey, get your pitch. Stay hot up there.
Into the windup and the pitch. This is driven to right, and no doubt about it, that one's way out of here. And out of here. And I mean by plenty. That ball was crushed. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. Home run number 9 on the year as the Giants are staked to a 1-0 lead.
I know he's a confident pitcher, but there's a difference between being confident and downright foolish. He just offered one of the most dangerous hitters in the lineup a straight heater, and it cost him big time.
Ready for another chance? Rob Parks. He'll try to get it going here to begin the 4th.
Come on, big guy. See it driving. See it driving.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Oh my, this ball is crushed. Where will this one end up? That one is out of here. This game is tied. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. His 2nd of the game. And the Giants have come back to knock this one up at 2 apiece.
Well, he won his last start, but he didn't give up any long balls. He's already given up 2 here, so he's got his work cut out for him if he's going to get the W in this one. He's going to have to start keeping the ball in the yard for starters.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Josh Michelle. No official at bat for him, but he has scored a run in this one. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Oh, it's hit to third. 5, 4, 3, but it's not in time, and they'll just get the 1. Striding in once again, Darren Standridge.
Third baseman, Darren Standridge.
Now a throw over and a dive, but he's back. That hits the outside corner. It's strike 1.
Well, that's a high fastball in the low 90s. That is a dangerous pitch right there. He got away with one. The guy took the pitch. Maybe he's just measuring him up. I wouldn't come back with that again.
Pitch is a cold strike. The throw. Ball's there, and he is out. Good throw.
Hey, that was a great throw from a guy that's not necessarily known for his...
Digging in to try it again. Wilmer Defoe. 2 men on, 2 away here in the 4th. Hits are now even at 4 apiece. Hit to first. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. A couple of walks, but no damage. We're back to Friday Night Baseball on the show after this. Rob Parks will stand in looking for home run number 3 as we take you back to inning number 4. And this was his 2nd home run of the game as he's been dialed in so far in this one.
I see you drive it. Let's go, big dog.
Shoots this one over to first, but a foul ball here. 0-1.
This is the situation where there's a lot of pressure on the infielders if the ball's put in play on the ground. Both the guy at first and at the plate are burners, so a double play is going to be tough. Even getting one out could be a challenge.
Hey, drive that pitch, huh? Here you go.
And this will be fouled away.
Matt, he's thrown 2 pitches right down the middle and got away with them. I don't think he should go back there again, but he's got to locate a little bit better if he wants to put him away. This guy's too good a hitter.
He hangs it, you bang it, kid. Here you go. Here we go, baby. Find a good
Working
pitch.
for the punch out and the offering. Swing, and there it goes. He got all of that ball. And that one is out of here. A 2-run shot that gives them the lead. So it's a 2-run shot to right center. His 3rd home run of the ball game as they take the lead 4-3.
Wow, you have a great night in hockey. You score 3 goals, and that's a hat trick. But how about hitting 3 home runs in one night? That's the baseball equivalent of a hat trick, and that's awfully hard to do.
Digging in once again, Josh Michelle. It's been an 0-for-2 effort for him to this point.
Hey, nobody away.
5 runs, 10 hits. No errors to this point for the Indians. Oh, it's on the ground to second. Did he get his double play? One there. On to first, and they turn the double play. Ready once again, Rob Parks. And it looks like this could be a critical at-bat in this one.
Well, a glance at my scorebook shows they haven't been able to get him out yet. So this could be a fun at-bat to watch.
A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Naquin looks up. And as Giants fans hear on television quite frequently, that ball is out of here. So it's a 2-run shot to right center, his 4th in the ball game, and this one gives him the lead at 6-5.
Four home runs in a game. Now, there's some guys that have done it, and it is an impressive feat. But I remember Josh Hamilton's 4 home runs in Baltimore one night. That was incredible. Well, this fits right there. 4 home runs in one game, something he will never forget.
Well, that's not exactly how you draw it up. He gave up a long ball to make it interesting, but it was the only run he gave up, and he hangs on to collect the save.
9-7, the final score in this ball game. Cleveland pick up win number 20 on the year. Johnny Barbado claims the win out of the pen, his first. Vicente Campos hammers down the save, his second. So that's a wrap here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. And for more, click on over to theshownation.com.
The final line score for our ball game tonight for the victorious Cleveland Indians. 9 runs on 13 hits. No errors. They left 14 men on base. For the Giants, 7 runs on 10 hits. No errors.
Happy Saturday morning to you. Here's the news and results from Friday. Starting in the National League West, Benji Ogle won his 4th game thus far, leading the Rockies to a win over the Giants 2-1. He is among the NL leaders in shutouts. The Cubs sent 3 balls into the seats as they took down the visiting Diamondbacks 3-2. Freddie Schroeder got his 3rd win this season as Milwaukee took one.
Saturday night baseball here on the show from AT&T Park in San Francisco. Tonight, game 2 of this 3-game weekend series. Into the box now, Rob Parks. He's definitely a long ball threat. Currently 3rd in the National League in that category. Here's a blooper out toward left center. Wilson is there, and he makes the catch for the out. And here's a look at the home.
Matt, this is a scary lineup. They've got power and they have speed. They score runs in all different ways. They hit the ball in the ballpark, and they score on balls in the gap when you have a runner at first base. That's what speed, power combination can do. This is a very tough lineup. He was sitting on that fastball. You can't tell me he wasn't. First pitch fastball, and he turned on it like that. Nice job.
Digging in for his 2nd at-bat, Domingo Santana. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Domingo Santana.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. Here's the pitch on 2-2. And a neck-high fastball that time.
All right, 3-2 count with 2 outs. The runner on first will be moving, so we'll see what happens. There are a lot of possible outcomes with this kind of play.
Hey, let's go now.
Full count. Here it comes. Hit back up the middle. Story brings it in. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. Digging in and looking for more, Rob Parks. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Into the windup and the pitch. Good swing. Just got to try and straighten that one out.
Well, he got what he's looking for. He just got out in front of it right there.
Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul.
Matt, he's thrown 2 pitches right down the middle and got away with them. I don't think he should go back there again, but he's got to locate a little bit better if he wants to put him away. This guy's too good a hitter.
Another one sent foul.
Well, that's 3 foul balls in a row. He's definitely battling up there. That's probably not what he wants to do with 2 strikes right there with the fastball. He is fortunate he just fouled it off.
Snatched out of midair at first base for out number 2. Ready for another chance. Rob Parks.
First baseman, Rob Parks.
Hey, be patient, be patient.
First offering on its way. Pulled toward right center field. Spahn sprinting after it. He's not going to have a play on it, and this might bring home the runner from first. So now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Well, we've always known this guy was a good hitter. You knew he was going to come out of it eventually. Here's another multi-hit game. It's not one hit that gets you out of it, but the multi-hit game. Maybe this is the signs of things to come.
Domingo Santana is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1.
That's a big pitch right there. It could change the at-bat. When you're facing a good hitter like this, that first pitch, strike 1, is so important as to who's going to control this at-bat. Right now, pitcher's got the advantage.
Hey, let's go, big fella.
In there, and it's 0-2 now.
He certainly hasn't been the aggressor in this at-bat. 2 straight takes, so now we'll see if he can change his approach and battle up.
3 runs, 9 hits, and no errors on the Giant ledger to this point. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2.
This is a big spot right here. 2 runners on. You got an 0-2 count. You waste one. Now you make it work. Throw one in the dirt. Throw one high. Make him chase it, and you got a chance to strand those runners on base.
Drive it. Let's go, big dog. Hey, get a good one up there, huh?
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. No offer that time, and it's back to 2-2 on the Giants right fielder. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Now a changeup is bounced to second. Throw on to first, and the Giants will be turned away here as that is. Digging in once again, Joel Bruno.
Second baseman, Joel Bruno.
Chopped weakly to the left. Turner gloves it. And indeed, he won't look at second. He'll just flip it on over to first to take the sure out.
Some more good work out of the bullpen as he notches his 10th save of the season right there. Nice job.
Tonight's ball game comes to a close, 3-1 the final.
Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Monday. In the National League Central, the Arizona Diamondbacks got together to allow 4 hits as they plundered the Pirates 10-0. The Mets broke up their 5-game losing skid as they grabbed a victory over the Padres at Petco Park 5-4. Miguel Lopez was a force at the plate, driving in 3 runs as the Braves downed the Marlins 4-1. Ryan Betts earned his 4th win out of the bullpen as Cincinnati got the best of the Nationals 4-3. The Brewers lost.
Tuesday night baseball from Denver, Colorado and Coors Field. Tonight, the opener of a 3-game series between the San Francisco Giants and the Colorado Rockies. 2 potential X factors in this series right there. The first game is coming up. Shelby Miller, a right-hander from the state of Texas, is the man on the mound here. What's your take on him, H?
Well, his last outing, Matt, he pitched into the 6th inning, but he just couldn't get out of it. Ran out of gas. I think early on he's strong in games, but in this particular ball game, what am I looking for? Can he get past the 6th and maybe carry this game through and get a W?
So stepping in, Rob Parks. He's not among the league leaders in home runs, but his total does top this ball club. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. This is driven to right, and no doubt about it, that one's way out of here. Into the second deck and gone. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. Number 17 for him on the season as the Giants are staked to a 1-0 lead.
Well, there's an old saying that the harder you throw, the farther it goes. How about this? Good fastball, and this ball is absolutely tattooed. See you later.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Rob Parks. He'll stand in to open things up here in the third. Here's the pitch. And this one's tapped foul at home plate.
There we go.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Hit hard on the ground at first. McCarty is there, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Digging in to try it again. Ryan McCarty. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
McCarty.
Runners are at first and third, one away. On the ground to third. To second for one. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. Striding in once again, Richie
Leading off the fourth inning for the Rockies.
A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Chopped weakly to the right. Parks is right there, and he's retired here, one away.
Sometimes for a first.
Ready for another shot now. Rob ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul.
Well, it's clearly on that fastball. He hit that one hard. He just could not keep it fair.
The 0-1 on its way. Swing and a liner, but foul. 2 runs, 7 hits, and no errors on the Giant ledger to this point.
Here we go. All right, one time right here.
This is pulled into right. Dives, and he hangs on for the out. Wow. And he'll make it up to third safely here with 1 away. Ready for another chance. Emmett Wilson comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Emmett Wilson.
Grounded up the first baseline. Parks over to his left, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Rob Parks will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ball game. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on.
Hey, let it rip. One time.
And he might have another one as this is hit high and deep out to left. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. His second home run of the game, and that'll give San Francisco a 5-0 lead.
That's one of those pitches you wish you could take back as soon as it leaves your hand. But guess what? There are no delete or rewind buttons in baseball. That's a mistake, and it was a good job by his opponent to make him pay for it.
Trying to pick things up where we left off. Rob Parks. He's gone deep twice in the game, making him 2 for 4. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Base hit, and that'll get a run in.
Matt, he's having a great game. That's his 4th RBI. Talk about picking your team up. He's showing us right there.
Digging in and looking for more, Domingo Santana. And we'll see what he can do here. 2 on, 2 away, 2 home so far this inning.
Come on, big guy. Hey, now.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Wilson moves over, and that's the 3rd out. So it's 2 runs.
Well, maybe a little bit of a problem is they had to wind up going to that bullpen quite a bit. 5 pitchers are going to combine to finish this one.
TGIF, and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting in the National League West, Michael Fulmer collected his 8th win overall, leading Detroit past the Giants 3-2. He is currently among the AL leaders in strikeouts. In other Giants news, first baseman Roger Erasmus has been recalled from the major leagues from AAA. As of today, the Tigers are in second place in the AL Central, and the Giants sit in second place in the National League West Division. The Royals smacked 15 team hits as they took down the visiting Diamondbacks 8-7. Heading into today, the Royals sit in 4th place in the American League Central Division, while the Diamondbacks sit in 3rd place in the National League West Division. The Dodgers completed the long 4-game sweep as they got the
Now from Cobb County, Georgia, a look there at SunTrust Park. Tonight, the opener of a 3-game series between the San Francisco Giants and the Atlanta Braves. It's Braves baseball on the show, and it starts. So striding forward now, Rob Parks. Coming into this one, his season home run total tops in the National League.
Get your pitches right. Let's go, big dog. Your spot.
Here's the first pitch to him. A fastball that he's way out in front of. A swing and a miss. These Braves, as they take the field here tonight, they come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out.
Yeah, Matt, it's been a rocky start in this homestand. I mean, you're 1-3. You only won 1 game in 4. The fans are a little restless. This is a big game to win right here, to really just kind of get some power.
Now at the plate, Rob Parks will begin things here against Jamison Tyone. Ripped on the ground to first. Joseph scoops it up, and he'll step on first himself for the out. Ready once again, Anton Cervantes. No official at bat for him, but he has scored a run in this one. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. And this is on the ground to short. Could be 2. The second for 1. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. So 3 runs. Digging in to try it again. Rob Parks. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. Squared that one up just a little late.
This is the situation where there's a lot of pressure on the infielders if the ball's put in play on the ground. Both the guy at first and at the plate are burners, so a double play is going to be tough. Even getting 1 out could be a challenge.
Lifted the other way to left center. Cervantes on the move, but he's not going to get this one. It's into the gap. Germano rounds the corner and is headed home. The runner from first comes all the way around to score. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Domingo Santana comes into this